Hi. Sorry this is late. Um, but I'm still getting used to doing this YouTube thing and I don't know how to go live from a scheduled video. So today I will be talking about medical PTSD and the effects it has on your mental health. So, like I said yesterday, I don't have to have what other people know as PTSD, but I have medical PTSD also. And that's caused by the medical system. And I have several cases of this, but the main one is my cardiologist office. They wanted to do a radioactive stress test on me. And they didn't, they knew I had a history of seizures. And I ended up having a seizure while I was in the office undergoing the radioactive stress test. So they had to take me to the hospital, to the ER. And that was very frustrating because I trust doctors that they know what's safe and what's not safe for people with a history of seizures. And in this case, that was not true. So it affected my trust in doctors and them knowing what and trusting them and knowing what they're going to do. So before I went into the follow-up appointment from that ER visit, let's go back. Even before I went into that appointment, I had some kind of feeling that something was wrong or off about doing this procedure, but I couldn't place a finger on it. So I was like, okay, I trust the doctors, knowing what they're doing and that they know what they're doing. And that they knew that it was safe for me to go through this stress test. So when I had that seizure and woke up in the ER, like I said, it just totally made me not trust that office as much. And I was hesitant to go back in for the follow-up appointment that they wanted from the ER visit. So I found out before that follow-up appointment that they weren't supposed to even have tried the radioactive radioactive stress test on me because I have a history of seizures. So I went into that follow-up appointment and told them in a nice way that they weren't supposed to do that on me. And the medical professional that took me back said in a nasty tone, "We know that now, sorry." Um, and I'm just like, that just left me baffled that she felt like she had that right to have an attitude with me when I was the one dealing with the effects of what they did to me that they weren't supposed to. Um, so one thought that came into my head was possibly doing medical malpractice on the office. But then I remembered there is one provider that I very like and trust in that office. So I decided to stay with the office. But I now question internally every time I go and they say to do a test if it's safe for me to do. And another one that I will touch on briefly is in 2023, since I've mentioned Epilepsy Monitoring Units Day coming up sometime soon this year, I had an Epilepsy Monitoring Units Day in 2023, and at Holy Cross Hospital, and right away I had a seizure, and I was in the ICU for most of that visit. So that was just another instance of like, I knew it was needed to see what was going on, and I knew it was safe for people with a history of seizures, but just like not trusting that the doctors knew exactly what my seizures looked like, because they were like likely psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, which is abbreviated PNES. And I'm tired of doctors saying it's likely this, it's likely that. If you think it's something, why don't you test for that thing? Like, and why do you give me a prescription for an anti-seizure med, knowing that anti-seizure meds don't help with non-epileptic seizures? So obviously they have some thought that I have epilepsy still, because I'm still on seizure meds, but it's just frustrating not being able to explain myself and have them understand what it's like for me. And it just also affects my trust in myself and trusting my gut feelings about something. And then it makes me anxious when I'm having to wait for approval from insurance to get a medication or to get something waived, that so I wouldn't need to get it before I do the Epilepsy Monitoring Units Day. I just wish doctors would move faster on things. And so for medical PTSD, it's the same thing as regular PTSD. You have can have nightmares. You can have, like, you want to avoid those offices. You can hyperventilate. It's the same signs as regular PTSD, but it's just a medical situations instead of a different trauma. So tomorrow I will talk about something else mental health related, but I'm not sure what that will be yet. I will see you tomorrow, and goodbye.